Okay, last up, Mr. Art Wheat. Art is I'm proud to call him a friend also. Art is a small businessman. He has a website development service. He's a former United States Marine, and he is a member of Oath Keepers. Mr. Art Wheat.
Thank you, Mike. First things first, I want to tell you how honored I am to be out here speaking in front of all of you here today. My name is Art Wheat, and I'm probably not a whole lot different than many of you. I work here, have a family. I'm trying to raise my children to be productive members of society, to enjoy the many magnificent things that we have to see and do here, that we have been blessed here in upstate New York. And if you're here because you're curious, because you want to check us out, to learn and know more, to find if you can do something, then you're like I was on this date last year when I came to my first Tea Party. Because you can't help but be gut-wrenchingly honest and say the thing that you and I have most in common is that we the people have finally had enough. We've had enough of the baloney from the majority of our elected officials. We pay their salaries, yet I don't remember having any say about the recent pay raises they got during a financial crisis. What's up with that? And if that doesn't burn your biscuits, how about all the other money that's being spent? Money that belongs not just to us, but to our children, and our children, their grandchildren, the children beyond, all those generations. How can these people do this to our future generations? You know, it takes courage, courageous people in times like these to stand up, to be accountable, and to do what's right, to speak up and to say something about what's going on. Not to let people in the city, in the county, in the state, in Washington to just keep doing what they're doing. We need average people like you over there, and you over there, and you up on the bench, up on the bridge over there. We need you to contribute. Everyone has something they can contribute to take our towns and villages back and our entire country. Because we, the people, aren't going to sit by and take it anymore. Because if you don't take an interest in taking control of I repeat, your government, you're going to have to take what you get. You can sit by and watch your TV and complain about all that's happening around you, and when your grandchild asks you, "What did you do, Grandpa? What did you do, Grandma, when they had those tea parties? What did you stand for?" Because if you don't do this facade that the left or the right, the Democrats, the Republicans have the answer is going to continue until they take us to the very bottom. And I can assure you, I will have an answer for my grandchildren when they ask. What will your answer be? Give yourselves a hand. You're out here standing up for your country, your Constitution. You're doing what's right. Be proud of it. Did you ever think that our world would become what it is today? No. Where executives at big corporations and big banks that finance them move our manufacturing overseas so that someday all of your family can work at some discount retailer? Where we have spent more as a nation in a fraction of one presidential term than all the other presidential terms combined? Where executive orders can be written and enforced as the rule of law and your Bill of Rights is being trampled, your Constitution being ignored. Where billions are spent paying for special projects to get votes for legislation like socialized medicine today and cap and trade tomorrow, or whatever they want to call it when in the coming months when they try to ram it through. They treat you like you're stupid. They want you to spend and spend and spend your tax money. They want to tax your soda, your salt, and even the air that you breathe. They're going to laugh and laugh at you when they pass that one. Are you going to let it happen? Hey! And how about our media? I'm talking about the big boys like New York Times, the Washington Post, Associated Press, United Press International, Fox, CBS, NBC, ABC, the Wall Street Journal, any major magazine, CNN, the list goes on. all those who fuel this hatred among our fellow Americans. They try to demonize us and tell people that we're racist or that we want violence. They want to divide us, exactly. Why? Because we're demanding our First Amendment constitutional right of the people to peacefully assemble and to stand next to each other as fellow Americans, to petition our government for a redress of grievances. They want you to go home, to sit in your living room, watch their fake news and hope the economy gets better. The hope that someday it will all change for the better. Well, that's not going to happen if you get involved to be the real men and women of integrity that we need in our government. You've listened to my fellow speakers. Put yourself on a path of knowledge. Seek the truth. Arm yourself with information and teach each other. Expect those who don't care about answering to their future generations to lie and to call you names and to try to keep you from taking control back. Hone your focus on our goals and follow through, for we shall not be denied our constitutional rights or our liberty. Demand an election in the 29th district. Do we as fellow New Yorkers do we not deserve a vote? Do we not deserve to be represented in Washington? How is it not being represented in Washington good for New York State? In the 29th district, Governor Paterson, will not having someone represent us help our financial woes in New York State? Who cares if they're left or right? Put an average Joe in there. Put a citizen in office. I guarantee you that in today's political climate, no experience is an asset. In fact, when November is finally here and we the people have our say, if you vote for someone who has experience, you're asking for more of the same. Do you want more of the same? No! We need real heroes in there, modern day patriots who understand why the Constitution was written the way it was, along with all those who have taken an oath to uphold this instrument of freedom and liberty for all, to stand up for our rights and to turn this mighty nation around. Go forward and be wary of those who want to co-opt you and take over our movement. It's a big game to them. Guard yourself against the big-name false patriots or simply bankrolled by the same cronies packaged in a different wrapper. Remain nonviolent. Your weapon of choice is the power of your voice and a video camera. And never stop learning, teaching, and seeking the truth. We can take the high road. We are taking action. You can be proud because you're an example to the nation and our future generations. For we, the people, the average Joes of our communities, are going to put an end to this nonsense right now. We want you and you and you to run for office. And we want you others out there to help them get elected. We need you to be a patriot in this time of need. Will you stand up for liberty? Yeah! Will you stand up for liberty? Yeah! Woo!
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 You ready now?
Woo!
That was good.
That man was hot.
That was good.
Art Wheat, yo. Cool him off. Somebody get that man a drink. That was good. Oh. It's all working now.
Thank you, Art.